Hello there, Libra. My name's Frankie, and I'm a clairvoyant, clairaudient medium, and an empath. And this reading's going to be for Libra for September of 2017. What I've done here is I pulled 4 cards for the month. We'll use the bottom card on the deck for our overall view. We'll pull Angel card at the end of the reading. Now, because I'm an empath, I have a speech pattern. I'll speak as if I'm you, so all of us Libras out there for the time of this reading are probably all named Frankie. And I'm not an astrologer, so I looked up the astrology for us for the month. It's going to be in our 12th house, and that's what they call the dustbin of the closet, where we sweep everything we don't want to look at in and keep it in hiding so we don't have to pay attention to it. It's personal limitations, problems, investigation, self-analysis, things that are of a secret nature. It also can be our hidden strengths also. It's not just our limitations, and charitable undertakings. Now, I don't believe these cards are going to go week by week for us, but I believe they'll blend in and out throughout the month. And anybody who's interested in more astrology, I always go look at Varush. She does the astrology with the cards, and she kind of explains it, so I understand it a little bit more. We have some words here, and looking at these cards and these words, I'm thinking, wow, we're in for a hell of a month, Libra. That's all I can think. We have play, which is a good word, expectancy, acceptance, discernment, and purpose. And we have one more word, which is respect. Libra, it looks like September is going to be a little interesting for us. It's not something we can't handle, but our bottom card on the deck here is the Tower card. Now, don't panic. This does not mean the entire house is falling off of its foundation. But Tower card can mean some kind of fight. It can mean disruption. Something's disrupted in our life. Maybe looking at all these cards, because these are general readings, I'd want to say, let's not like blow up our problems that we're having, accept that we're having them. If there's something in our lives that we really need to address as Libras, then we need to address them. Because when you see the Tower card in a reading, it's something that was coming, right? And if we would have taken off the rose-colored glasses or something, we would have seen it was coming. So if it's in our lives, if there's something we have to address, we can almost avoid the Tower card by addressing the issue, seeing the whatever's in front of us extremely clearly. Perhaps we're Libras, we like to make everybody happy, kind of like when I think of those scales of justice, I think of standing there and the husband and the wife standing together, and the one says, "Where do you want to go for dinner, honey?" "I don't know." "Where do you want to go?" "I don't know." "Where do you want to go?" "I don't know." Finally, someone's got to make a decision and a choice. So these are issues that we're sweeping, if we think of that 12th house stuff, sweeping in the closet that need to be addressed. Perhaps we need to use our discernment more, our word. Perhaps there's something that in our lives that is there for a purpose, or a situation. They just keep saying, Libra, we need to address the situation so it doesn't become a Tower situation where there's a lot of anger, built up resentment, that we're not voicing or putting forward. Maybe some of us, this is at our work, maybe, and there's things that are aggravating us and no place to put them forward. But maybe it's something that can be addressed. Maybe we can talk to our boss. Maybe it's a situation, because these are general readings, in our marriage. Maybe we have an expectancy of someone to do something for us that is unrealistic, or maybe they have an expectancy of us. I always see this Tower card, and it's weird that we got 6 words instead of 5, but I see this Tower card as the word respect. Is there somewhere where I'm being disrespected, or am I disrespecting someone else? Maybe these go both ways, these are general readings. Am I invalidating someone else's opinion, or do I have the expectancy that they're just going to accept and do whatever it is I want? Or do they have the expectancy of me? Am I going to accept and do whatever it is they want? So if there's an issue with the Tower card, we saw it coming. If we would have looked clearly at the situations, if it's something that we have to remove from our life, then we have to remove it, or agree to disagree, maybe. Maybe if there's no middle of the road, because we're Libra, maybe there's no middle of the road. Maybe we just need to agree to disagree, or get the issue out of the closet, dust it off and say, what are we going to do about this? Maybe it'll come in different areas of all of our lives, because we're each individual Libra. So if it's a work issue that maybe I'm fighting with a coworker over something, maybe I can speak to my boss and we'll handle this in a responsible manner. If it's my husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, friend, maybe I have to address an issue between us that's becoming a point of contention. If I address it, and I address it appropriately, right? And that would mean that I'd evaluate, with this Tower card, I'd evaluate the situation. I would, not blow up my problems. That's the thing get over it if I'm being too ultra sensitive, or if the other person is being too ultra sensitive. There's a line here that I feel strongly with us Libras this month, is kind of like being drawn in the sand, and it feels as if, that acceptance or the purpose of it is for me to reevaluate where I stand, what I'm doing, what I want, what I don't want. Do I respect other people's opinions? Can I look at myself? When this Tower card comes, I am being 12th house. Also, that's what's making, I think, Spirit talk to me in that way, because the Tower sometimes can be totally avoided if the issue is addressed. But if it's an issue that I haven't addressed, right, and I'm sweeping it under the rug or in the closet, or however we want to put that, then it's something that was probably going to end anyhow if I looked at it clearly, right? And with that, again, that word respect, we got that 6th word for a reason, and if we want that word play, there's certain things, we're going to go through, through this month, is the way they're saying it. Certain situations, maybe they're around us too, Libra, because these are general readings. Maybe someone else around us is going through one of these Tower situations, right? Maybe we're there because we understand it, and we're the ones that can help them. It'll be because we're Libras. We like things to be beautiful. We like things to be peaceful, right? But sometimes things get out of hand, or get chaotic, and it's others around us. And we're Libras. We like beauty. We like that word play. We want to bring it in, I think as Libras, we can be one of the most diplomatic signs there are. Diplomacy is our second name, or second nature, because our next card here is a Judgment card, and this is an excellent card, but it's a card that comes when we get a wake-up call from the universe, and what the Judgment card means to me, Frankie, it's like the maturing process. I am ready to move forward into my next step. And this is spirit saying, I have matured. It's like the tree, and it's now all the fruit is there and it's ready for the picking because I deserved it and I worked through it. So work through whatever this situation's going to be. I get that next level of spiritual development, next level of manifestation. When we see the judgment card, like upright, I'm using my discernment. There's new ideas, new things that I'm ready for now that I wasn't ready for yesterday. I've matured, I've learned, I've taken on the responsibility. I've learned maybe if this tower situation is someone in our lives, because we do have other cards that could support that, right? That I'm seeing here that I haven't pulled up at us yet. If it is someone else in our lives, maybe I'm mature enough now to perhaps not engage it and just say, I'm done with the situation. I'm done with it. I need to move forward past it. If it's one of our children or a crummy coworker or whatever, I'm the one that's taking the high road, and because of this, I'm the one that is mature enough to maybe get the promotion, maybe step up, up the ladder. Maybe the tower situation brought around a divorce situation for us, because that was the end of that. But I'm moving forward into new, better opportunities, is the way they're saying it to me. Opportunities. So accept that fact, and if we address it, move through it, we're probably doing good to just do it that way and have an expectancy that this is going to be my fresh start. My new fresh start is how they're saying it. So get your faith on. That's what they're saying. Get your faith on, Libra. Accept these are the way things are. Discern if it's not right for us. That's our word. Discern if it's not right for us. What is the purpose behind it? Because the next card is the Queen of Swords. And this, male or female, these are general readings, so it doesn't necessarily have to be a woman, but they call this the Queen of Separation and Divorce. But this can be it can be a woman or a man, but someone who is single that stands in their power and authority. It can be someone who has suffered loss, but came out on the other side, understands it, suffered it, came out on the other side of it even better and even stronger. So maybe for some of us, this is someone we can talk to if we're going through this tower situation, or this is us. Because this is a air sign. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. We are showing up in our own reading, right? So if this is us, maybe this tower situation really, really upset us, but on the other end of it, right, was spiritual development, maturity, new growth, respect for ourselves. Maybe the blow up caused us to have respect for the other person that we hadn't been having before. Or perhaps if this is like a friendship that's breaking away from, usually she has a rope around her arm, her wrist, and you can see she's got that sword out in front of her in most of the cards, and she's like, come on, just step up to the plate. That's kind of the attitude, the Queen of Swords. But she is, well, she's air, so she's the mental realm, like the emotional component of the mental realm. So maybe a lot of us are going through a lot of emotional stuff right now. Maybe it has to do with job, maybe it has to do with partnership, maybe we've matured enough to start a new business, that's going to benefit us, but we've suffered in the process and we've learned our lessons. That's what the Judgment card means. We've learned our lessons, right? Now, the good thing about all of this, although they just keep saying, don't blow up your problems, Libra, don't, and that we're to recognize if we're at fault for something. That's why, don't over magnify the problems and recognize if we're the ones at fault. Those are things that we should do, is basically what they're saying, or accept it. And because we got this judgment card, we're mature enough to make that evaluation about ourselves. Even if we like everything all pretty, sometimes stuff gets a little dirty and dusty, and instead of putting it in the closet, we're going to do it, have respect for ourselves, have respect for the others that are involved, so that we can get back to that play, because the judgment card gives us all these new opportunities and new ways forward and new things. So maybe they said get your faith on. So strengthen your faith in what's going to come out of this, in the people that are involved, and in yourself, okay? Get your faith on. Really, here we go, because our next card here is a Chariot. Now, we have 3 major arcana cards in this one reading out of 5 cards. The Chariot card shows that we can adjust to anything. We are moving forward in a set of changing, ever-changing, is the way they want me to say it, ever-changing circumstances. So that word expectancy, expect the unexpected. Accept that it's going to be the unexpected, and accept it, discern it, be ready to move with it. Because if you can see here, he's holding on the reins, and he has 2 horses, and they're each going the opposite direction. So we want this in balance, and in order to keep this in balance, Libra, we've got to adjust. What's that? Of the spin of a dime won't adjust, and it shows that we are capable. It's fast moving, ever changing situation that we are capable of adjusting to, just like that. Can't click them. Just like that, we're going to adjust to it, we're going to adapt to it, we're going to change, we're going to accept it, and we are going to expect it, because we are being forewarned is forearmed. So this is an ever by the moment changing situation throughout September, but it's good. The Chariot means good, forward motion. Like if it was a new job we were taking, we'd adjust right away, get the new skills we were required, really pay attention with intent, like to what are they telling me, because this place operates different than the other place. Or if it's if it was a breakup and we had the Queen of Swords in there, and perhaps we broke up, we're going to accept the fact that this wasn't good for us to begin with. We're going to adjust, change on a moment's notice, do the things that we need to do, address the issues we need to address, have that word respect for ourselves and for the others involved, right? Because they're telling us don't blow up our troubles, and to realize if we are at fault. So that means if we're at fault, we can apologize, we adjust and adapt. And the Chariot brings us fast forward into good things, which is excellent, excellent. So that allows our word play to come in there, right? And we're mature enough to be able to do all this, and there's a purpose, because we have the word purpose, and get our faith on is what they're saying, So if we are having any difficulties, we're going to sit back, think on them, maybe pray on them, meditate on them, and get some insight, clear insight into whatever's going on around us this month. Because the good comes forward with that Judgment card, right? And the Chariot means we can move quickly through any situation. The picture, those cones for race car drivers have, and they drive in and out of them. That's the picture Spirit's showing me Libras, we're like in and out, all these cones on a race course, you know, or whatever, an experimental driving course, and we're making it. We're through. We didn't knock over any of those cones on the way through. We saw every obstacle and we avoided it, went around it and adjusted and came out on the other end and won top prize. Top prize is what they said. Because our next card here, we got two people in here. We got the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups is an excellent card. Really, this could be our wife. It can be, I always think, well, male or female, you know, because these are general readings. But this is a wonderful, nurturing type of energy. It bodes well for anything that we're going to do or any kind of emotional development, which shows me that, you know, with the Tower card here and the Queen of Swords card here, we're going to come out well on the other side, healed. Maybe this is someone that can help us, male or female, and someone with water sign energy. That would be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Maybe someone we'll talk to, someone we know. That would be someone that would have, the Queen of Cups will have very high intuition. You know, be a clairvoyant, be a psychic person, and very well developed, but extremely mature in that development, which is what that Judgment card brings to us. That maturity, the fruit is, you know, we have grown the tree, the fruit is there for us to harvest for fresh new beginnings. This could be our husband or wife, you know, someone who has that nurturing kind energy. And it also means for us, any situation that we're moving forward into, we're going to be able to do it, and we will be gifted with it because there was a purpose behind the Tower energy. There is a purpose behind the Queen of Swords energy, you know, and when we come into this type of energy with the Queen of Cups, we are going to be nurtured through it. Nurtured through it. Maybe by someone around us. Maybe if the Queen of Swords is a divorce type energy, this Queen of Cups may be the person that gets us through it. It may be the new partner. It could be our new boss. If we lost our job and all that stuff happened, maybe we'll have a new boss. And it would be a nurturing type energy that had great understanding of what had happened to us before. But it's forward motion because we have deserved it. It's the wake-up call from the universe. That what the Judgment card means to me, Frankie. So we've worked towards it. We deserve it. That respect word that they're putting in there for us, it must be very important, and that acceptance of what's going to happen, and discernment, always, always, always. I tell you guys this, probably said it a million times. Detachment, discretion, discernment are some of the most important qualities in our spiritual development that we can utilize or grow, right? And that's going to be very, very important. So if you're on edge, if you got all this worry and doubt, and you feel like I got to run and get away, you know, just maintain consistency is what they're saying. Maintain consistency. Make sure I get enough rest. Make sure I eat right. Do my routine stuff. You know, if I do my routine stuff and I'm like a little regimented this month, I can adapt with that Chariot energy really fast because I'm not overtired. Things aren't over magnified. You know, that's the way they're talking to us. So it might be a little tough, but the end result is actually excellent because we've come through everything and came out on the other side, and we got the fruit from the tree and the new fresh start, you know. So it is good. I really like that Chariot and the Judgment card in between here, and the nurturing energy that comes from the Queen of Cups. So if there's somebody around you that's going to help help you make the decisions or make it through this, Libra, then utilize them with that Queen of Cups energy, because we are showing up in our own reading. And a couple of the signs have done that for this September month. We're going to make a change. They're saying we are, and they just said it again. Okay? And also with that Queen of Swords, don't invite trouble. Queen of Swords is the Queen of Divorce, so don't, like, add a third party into any of this, or you may get your butt in trouble there, Libra. Like, what are they're saying it like, like, don't get an emotional, what do they call those? An emotional relationship with someone else, because the husband or wife may think that's even worse than cheating on them. There's something, some of us Libras might be like thinking along the lines of, oh, I'm just telling this person all of my troubles, and maybe I shouldn't be because my husband or wife found out and they think I'm fooling around. So don't invite romantic trouble for your own self. I don't know. There must be some of us in there that are getting in trouble like that. But all in all, if we use that word respect here, and the discernment and the purpose behind it, and we have that expectancy, the expectancy to expect the unexpected, because things are changing rapidly. We're in a good position, because our angel card here is go for it. Now, what better message fits with that? It's time to pick the fruit. That is excellent. It says your prayers and positive expectations, that's our word, expectancy, have been heard and answered. We've been working with you on this situation since its genesis, and we will continue to watch over you and everyone involved. Remember, they said respect for the other person, respect for myself, okay? Stay on your present path, as it will take you very far indeed. Addressing issues and staying on a present path, and being able to adapt as the things change. And it looks like they're going to change really fast this month. Is probably going to be extremely important. Let's see what the alternative meanings are. You drew this card as an encouragement for the situation you've been asking about. The angels reassure you of a positive outcome. That's what they've been telling us. They just keep saying no matter what, it's going to work out for our benefit, like new beginnings, fresh starts. We've earned it. We got the wake-up call from the universe, okay? With a positive, you of a positive outcome, assure you of it, provided you continue to pour love and guided action into this situation, this tower situation, whatever's going on for us Libras, okay? But remember, it'll come in different areas. We're all different Libras. Don't hesitate. Now is the right time. You're on the right path. The idea you have is divinely inspired. The angels foresee a successful outcome. Gonna do it, Libra. It's excellent. It really is. I know it's like a harsh start. It's like the tower. No. But, they said if we really looked at it, we would have seen it was coming. So there you go, Libra. I think we're going to do well, though, as we move through this energy because of that Chariot card and the Queen of Cups here for us. So it's excellent all ways around. We get to play. Well, Libra, that's our reading for September, and I want to tell you all, thank you for your likes, shares, and subscribes and your comments. I read each and every one of them, even though I don't get a lot of time to write back. I read every one of them, and I appreciate the time you take to give them to me. And for anybody who wants to just know more about me, information's down below the screen. If you want to set an appointment with me, all of the information to do that is at the website. And to all of you that I've met through doing these YouTube readings, and everybody I've met through doing readings for 28 years, I want to tell you all it was an honor and a privilege to serve you, and hopefully I'll see you here next month. Bye-bye.